Tributes are pouring in for anti-apartheid activist Blanche La Guma, who died in Cape Town on Thursday at the age of 95. The struggle veteran was involved in the formation of the Federation of South African Women and had been a member of the Communist Party during the 1950s. Let's take a look at how Artscape celebrated her last year in April.
Thanks.
Let's bring in Marlene Le Roux, CEO of Artscape Theatre, to take this conversation a little bit further. Thank you so much, Marlene, for joining us this evening. A sad loss. One of Cape Town's underrated struggle veterans, Blanche La Guma, may not be a name everyone recognizes, yet her work as an activist has had an indelible impact on our country. How would you describe her legacy?
Her legacy, she was a fierce woman. She has been a pillar of strength for us as a nation. She and her husband has given so much up for us as freedom. The values that they have given to us and that they lived by. We were so privileged by the director of Basil Apollos and also the researcher Sylvia Vollenhoven and Dr. Bonita Bennett, that we could produce the show on the life of her husband and herself. She was really the strength behind Mr. La Guma when he was also in exile and she was in exile, and there they were anti-apartheid activists, and there they have beating the drum for South Africa needs to change and that apartheid was criminal and it was vicious. We could celebrate her life while she was alive, and every single evening for the 2 weeks that the play was on at Artscape, Auntie Blanche was there. What a humble and dignified woman without bitterness. And what we can do as South Africans is really to live our values of freedom of speech, kindness, and giving of yourself selflessly for your nation and for your people.
You spoke a little bit about the La Guma's time in exile. She and her husband Alex spent a large part of their lives in Cuba, where he was the ANC representative for the Caribbean. And that play that you referenced, Dance of the La Gumas, paying tribute to their life and celebrating the work that they did. What was her response to the play? You said she attended each night, but it must be interesting in some way to watch a play about your own life, and it's something that very few people have an opportunity to experience during their lifetime. So what did she tell you about her experience of watching it?
We had very good research. The director, Basil Apollos, interviewed her with Sylvie Vollenhoven and Professor Sylvie Vollenhoven and Dr. Bonita Bennett. And we obviously were very scared because this is a living legend that was sitting next to me every single night. And the opening night, I was holding her hand and she walked her life and her husband's life through this play. And she would predict what is going to happen next. And what a relief it was for us that she approved. We cried all bitterly because Auntie Blanche, the feelings that she experienced me sitting next to her, I felt her body, I felt the step, I felt how they were treated and how they were treated like human beings in Cuba, how Mr. La Guma's work was more recognized outside of the country and still being recognized outside of the country and not in South Africa. I made a pledge the night at the opening of the Dance of the La Gumas that as the education department, his work, especially his work, should be a prescribed work. In our grade 11 and grade 12 should read Mr. La Guma's work. As an author, he was brilliantly. It's been mentioned, Mr. La Guma, in Christmas from a Jacobs, also from Adam Small, a small part in his Christmas from a Jacobs, the part of the La Gumas. But Mr. La Guma and Blanche La Guma, Auntie Blanche, should give the iconic status from the president for what they have done for our country.
Thank you so much for sharing some of your experiences and your memories with us of Blanche La Guma and also of her husband, Alex La Guma, both of them anti-apartheid activists. Thank you for your time. That was Marlene Le Roux, CEO of Artscape Theatre, reflecting there on the passing of Blanche La Guma. She died on Thursday at the age of 95.